Yeah. I didn't think it was worth having the old intro today because, well, we know why we're here. And yeah, I wanted to catch up on Final Fantasy, and it's been a very long time. And yeah, anyway, hey, I'm Jack, Panda, obviously, and this is Final Fantasy XIV for anyone who's been living under a rock. Pretty much. Ow. So yeah, we're just gonna get back into the story because it's been so long since I last played this. I think it's been at least 12... No, not 12 months. 10 months, maybe? No, 7 months, because I got back into it briefly, or at least I resubbed back when the FanFest was on. And hey, Nico. But I didn't really want to play. I wasn't really enjoying it, so I just went with, you know, logged in and did pretty much nothing and then regretted resubbing. But anyway, so yeah, I needed to catch up on the story and a couple of other things, like dungeons that I haven't done in a while. And I've just got to hope that I am good enough to play again and remember everything that I need to play again. Because it has been a very long time. A very, very long time. And also, I think I might need to turn the actual, my mic settings down. Not mic settings, but my app settings, because it is very loud in my ears. Headphone level. There we go. I think that's good. Yeah, it's very easy to regret subbing when you don't really think you're in the mood for it. But hey, it's been a while, so I want to try playing again. And annoyingly, when I turn down my overall mic volume, it completely mutes my voice and I can't hear myself talking. That's a little bit off-putting. Anyway, let's get back in. Krill's eyes light up at the sight of you. It has been 10 months or something, 7 months. Oh, greetings, Rarakumo. Come to look in on our friends? Rest assured, everyone is quite well. I've been keeping a close eye on them and have been satisfied myself that they are all in fine health. Yay. As a matter of fact, they are all about to convene in Dawn's respite. Or respite. Respite or respite? How do people pronounce that? I always said respite, but I'm pretty sure it's respite. To convene in Dawn's respite to discuss how best to use their pent-up energy. Let's join them, shall we? You've only made up to level 30. Jeez, Nico, you need to keep playing. I mean, it's rough to begin with. It's a meme just how rough it is in the beginning, but...
Well, my friends,
hello.
Now that we have all settled back into our bodies, it is time we resumed our duties in earnest. Let us speak of our plans.
Let's.
Ever since the Emperor's death, it's been one unsettling rumor after another. I've a mind to pay a visit to Garlemald to ascertain the truth of the matter.
Autotext, yes. And respite. Or respite. That's one I haven't heard before, but hey, it's possible.
A prudent endeavor. 'Tis of the essence that we establish the full extent of the threat, not least if it should prove that Xenos doth indeed orchestrate events from the shadows.
Oriange, our local Shakespearean.
In light of which possibility, I shall accompany thee on thy mission. Be assured that thou shalt find me more a help than a hindrance. Thou requirest another to imbue thine ammunition, dost thou not?
Ooh, I forgot he had to do that. Vanguard can't use magic, so... Oriange, on the other hand, is a very good Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Assuming that's settled, there's something I've been meaning to look into as well.
And there's me.
Welcome back, everyone.
Hiya, Jen. How you doing? Nice to see you. Oh, wow, it's been a long time since we saw...
You're fine now, right?
Lise.
No more headaches or keeling over?
Okay, well, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for listening.
That's right.
Hope you're doing
We're
well.
fighting fit and raring to go.
And hope your exercise is going well. That's a good idea. Yeah. Okay, Nico. We'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by.
The famous
Hey,
Lys
Rahatia.
Hext, former scion and hero of the Alamegan resistance.
Will do. Thanks again.
I don't believe we've met.
Yay. I mean,
Really?
technically.
It's so easy to assume that all Archons are acquainted. But then I suppose your fields of expertise are rather different.
I like Krill's little hoodie.
Rahatia, at your service. I have read much and more about your exploits, Commander. It is a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance.
Likewise. The others told me all about you.
Yep, I've been
Do
playing
not
it
be
for
so
years.
sure. Words scarcely do justice to the vital role he played in our victory in the first. A more dependable comrade one would be hard-pressed to find.
Correct. Grahatia's the best. One of the best. And he's so shy.
Oh, right. I did glance at the
adorable.
report. But I'd be lying if I said I understood half of it.
My eyes are very twitchy today. Ah. Oh, there I go explaining again. In my silent tone manner.
Well, well, that's a lot to take in. Just to be clear, this means we're not heading for another calamity, does it?
Not yet. I'm sure there will be one
Shorn
right
of
around the
their
corner.
unsundered master's leadership, what Ascians remain shall struggle to see their plans to fruition. And though I would ever advise caution, I believe we may rest easy for a time.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'll
I
take
don't-
that as a yes. Even so, I don't know what to make of this business about Hydaelyn and Zodiac being primals.
Okay, take care, Ollie.
difficult
Thanks for
truth to
stopping in.
bear,
Hope work
yes.
goes well.
But at last we understand the nature of our adversary. And if there are no further calamities,
Have a good day.
neither will there be rejoinings, meaning Zodiac will never regain his full strength.
Or will he?
Even so, as the oldest and mightiest of primals, he remains a force to be feared.
Ah, thank you.
Though his is a power born
I've
of
not
the
drunk enough
desire
today.
for salvation, we have seen the havoc it may wreak. And it falls to us to ensure that it is never again
nice to hit
brought to
someone while they're
bear
drinking.
upon this star.
The old wall etchings that we saw back in
But
the
tell us,
first.
Lys, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
What do you mean? Isn't seeing my long-lost comrades
Oh, I
reason
see.
enough?
That's what it meant. That's what it means.
All right, there
I'll
was
take your word
one
for it,
other
though.
matter. I have a message from the Alliance, and before you ask, yes, it's about the Empire.
Of course it is. It's always about the Empire.
So, after Emperor Varys' assassination, it seems his cousin Nerva made a bid for the throne.
I wasn't expecting it to take this turn.
The trouble is, he
Unknown
wasn't the
man.
only one with designs on it, and it didn't take long for a civil war to break out. And it's not just in the provinces. Early reports say huge swathes of the Imperial capital have been reduced to rubble.
It's not often you hear about the, Imperial
Alliance will
City
soon
going
convene in Alamigo to decide
s-
on a course of action,
like
and we
this.
were hoping you'd come along.
Back to Alamigo.
Well, as it happens, Urianger and I were just this moment planning a little trip to Garlemald. And we should be grateful for any advice the Alliance can provide on how best to make the most of our visit.
Yeah. Gonna go cause trouble in the Imperial City.
To Alamigo, then.
Well, they are. I don't know
Why
if I'll
don't
be
you go
allowed
on
to go.
without me? There's something I need to look into.
Mysterious Alizé time.
Oh, forgive me. You were just telling us. What is it, if I may ask?
I want to find a way to cure the Tempered.
Of course. You think it may be possible to adapt the treatment you used to help those corrupted by the Sin Eaters?
That's a good idea.
I'm sorry, a cure for tempering? But that would change everything. Alizé, consider yourself uninvited. Go and find us this cure.
I'll do my best. I was hoping you might join me. Don't worry if not, though. I won't hold it against you if you'd rather attend a stuffy meeting.
No, I'm good. I'll come with you. If I ever need to go with, yep. I like stuffy meetings. No, I'm good. Lead on. I'm with you. I can go blow stuff up myself
I knew
anytime.
you'd say yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come too, if you don't mind.
Yay, we're
Dennis.
taking Grahatia. Yeah, I'm good. Come on.
Mind? I'm sure they would be glad
He just
of your
has a massive
company.
crush on me.
Pray, enjoy your time together with your hero.
We all thought Hoshifant had a warrior of light
no,
sexuality.
that's not-
Grahatia is
I
very
mean,
much that way.
I simply thought my knowledge might be of some use.
Mm-hmm. Of course you did. It's okay to admit that you like me.
We shall be on our way then. Godspeed.
Yay. Okay, so it's Elise party time. Though I also want to sort my model out quickly because at the moment my eyes are going everywhere and I'm blinking non-stop, so I'm gonna sort that out a second. So. Just give me a second. It's general settings. It's mostly just when I look at my second screen. Okay, I think that's good. Right then, let's keep going. When I set out to save Halric, I think Gaboo was always at the back of my mind. And having proved that light corrupted are not lost, I am convinced that the same must be true of the tempered. Oh, and thank you for the stretch as well, Ollie. If you've not already disappeared. Similar to those corrupted by the Sin Eaters, the aether of Gaboo's soul has been rendered stagnant. And though the root cause is different, perhaps the solution is the same. It is by no means an unreasonable hypothesis, Alizé, and it warrants full investigation. If there's even a chance we can save Gaboo, we have to try. But however much I'd like to race over to Limsa and set to work, there's no room for recklessness. Not when a child's life is at stake. As I'm sure Beck Lug would remind us, we still know little and less about the soul. Any number of things could go wrong if we don't exercise due caution. And so, before attempting anything, we should learn all we possibly can about tempering. Sounds good to me. There's just one problem. Research into the condition has long since ground to a halt, and the combined work of the many scholars involved doesn't exactly amount to a wealth of knowledge. Not in the modern scholars, perhaps, but what of their ancient counterparts? I know the Allegans took more than a passing interest in the subject. Yay, Grahatia to the rescue. And if what we seek is to be found anywhere, it would surely be at the Aetherochemical Research Facility, an old dungeon. Where they experimented on primals and the worshippers, yes? Good thinking. I've never actually been there myself, but I did read reports on Aziz's La, which means we'll be needing an airship. An airship, you say? Yay, Tataru to the rescue. Meet me at the northern bank of the Silvertear Lake. I've got a little surprise for you. Oh, and come prepared to travel. Yeah, she does. I think that's a good thing, though. She sounds nice and tough. I mean, she was always pretty tough compared to Alphino, who always came off as a little bit of a pampered baby. Or he did, anyway. He's sort of toughened up a bit himself, but, you know. Anyway. Let's get to wherever it is we're going. Alright, we're only going out there. Yeah, so for anyone unaware, Yuna obviously knows, but tempering is basically brainwashing when the summoned primals are involved. Being in the presence of them, if you aren't a warrior of light, can lead to brainwashing. And it's basically brainwashing in the sense that you are an indentured slave who basically turns into a kind of zombie. Maybe zombie isn't the right word. You basically just want to do anything that they tell you to do. And there's not much you can do to stop them. I also said I was going to put up a... thing here, just to make sure. There we go. It's just to try and keep it in the view of the box. There we go. Okay. Where were we going? Oh yeah. So now we're going to take a ride on our little... Hey, it's the Leech King. I'm going to take a ride on an airship and head over to Azizla, where we can see what has been going on. I liked Azizla. Although it was hell to traverse until you actually got a flying mount. Yay! It's a very baby flying ship. Look at it. It's so cute. I give you the Bonanza, the Scion's very own airship. I'm not very impressed, to be honest, but hey. I built her as a company project with help from our friends at the Rising Stones and named her for luck and prosperity. Tataru, this is amazing. We'll be able to fly just about anywhere we want. Our garments were impressive enough, but to build an entire airship, I see the annals did not exaggerate the many talents of the Scion's fabled coin keeper. She is a pretty good coin keeper. I'd also introduce myself as your pilot, except the training didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped. But that's alright, because we've hired the capable fellow here instead. Is it Sid? Or is it Wedge? Oh. I was hoping for Biggs or Wedge. The Bonanza is equipped with a full complement of mana cutters, by the way. Feel free to use them to get around Azizla. I already have one. But enough talk, it's time to fly. All aboard! Yay. It's been a while. Come on, eyes, stop closing. Stop falling asleep. So whenever I tilt my head that way. Smug lad chat blocker 9001. It's because I have to keep the chat cleared. Yeah. Honestly, Sid would be jealous of the way that airship flies. Tataru has outdone herself. Anyway, here we are on Azizla, and Alphino's report did not do the scale of this place justice. Hiya, Druid. How are you doing? Rahatia surveys his surroundings with an expectant glint in his eye. It's a very impressive place. This appears to be the Helix, which means we stand in the Alpha Quadrant. To the east lies the Beta Quadrant, and... Yes, I believe I have my bearings. Though this is my first time in Azizla, I do have some familiarity with the place thanks to the records in the Crystal Tower. I'm good, thank you. I'm excited to get back into the game. Unless I am mistaken, this path leads to an aetherite, beyond which there will be an information terminal. I suggest we begin our search there. How did work go? In fact, I hope anyone that's been at work has had a good work day. He is very much a cat boy, and he's very cute. And he was blushing when we said we wanted to take him along. And when people were complimenting him on his many decent skills. He's very knowledgeable. He's a very knowledgeable boy. You're a dweeb. Dweeb rack. Hey, Alakaya, you okay? And here is the terminal. A moment while I search the archives for references to temping. Tempering, even. You are a dumb rack, but we love you anyway. What did you spend money on? Was it more hedgehog materials? Ah, there we are. Iconic corruption, an overview. That sounds promising. Indeed. Let us see what this report has to say. Ah, replacement parts for airsoft gun. I see. Isn't that a good thing? Confound it. The contents appear to have been deleted. What? No, isn't there something you can do? Not from here, I'm afraid, but it may be that another copy of the report exists elsewhere. The question is, where to look? Try and do the poses that they do. Just hand under the chin. I would do if my... There we go. It says here, the report was written by someone named Owen. Is it likely that he kept a copy? He gave you a raise and are now just competitive on the market. You have to find another job first, don't you? Have you got any more prospects? Or had any luck searching? I would say that there's a distinct possibility, assuming he was a researcher here, he will have had quarters on the Habisphere. We can ascertain the details at Habisphere Control. I don't know what a Habisphere is, if that's just a name. Let's return to the Bonanza and avail ourselves of the Mana Cutters. We will need them to reach our destination. Says you. I forgot, you already have a suitable means of transport, don't you? No need to waste time here accompanying us back to the ship then. We'll see you at the Habisphere. Damn right I do. I've got a whole complement of flying things. Which one shall I use? Should I use the... I know. The boy! The Great Serpent of Ronka. He sings on the way. He's one of my favourites. And our eyes glow when we power up. Listen to him sing. See if they actually call back and ask for an interview. Well, I hope they do. Good luck. Scream! Scream! I do love this guy. Right, where were we going? We were going... I really wish the UI hadn't messed up this badly. I set it to 4K resolution and for some reason it's decided it needs to be 50 times the size of anything else for me to see it. And I'm not sure why. I get back into Final Fantasy XIII. Final Fantasy XIII, I never actually... I think I got to the Crystal Labyrinth? No, I got to Shiva and then I stopped because Shiva was annoying. I think I beat her though, or beat them. It was a them, wasn't it? But then I kind of got bored and left it. But I have heard that 13.2 is... 13.2? No. 13 Verses? Lightning Returns? One of the sequels is meant to be really good. But I don't like playing games unless I play the previous ones in the franchise, so I'm kind of out of luck on that one. 13 was the first Final Fantasy you stopped playing, yeah. That doesn't really surprise me. At all. If the late Owen did indeed have a chamber here, this node will be able to tell us its number. Number. I like these nodes. They're all so colourful and also I like the shapes. They look very pleasing. Don't you think? It's a nice soft looking square. A cube. There. From what I recall of the layout, it should be somewhere in the vicinity of... Warning. An evacuation order is presently in effect. Entry to the Habisphere is not permitted at this time. Foiled again. In all likelihood, the order would have been imposed during the 4th Umbral Calamity, and I doubt it will be lifted in the near future. Energy level critical. Returning to base for recharging. One of the few people that liked Final Fantasy VIII. I thought a lot of people liked Final Fantasy VIII. I mean, I liked it for Gunblades, but, you know, everyone liked it for Gunblades. Well, surely there has to be some other way to gain access? Force, for example? Let's just break our way in. Ere we resort to that, I have an idea. Were we to send a surge of energy through yonder control system, it should prompt the system to restart, releasing the locks. As for a suitable energy source, a concentrated lightning shard might suffice. Happily, I seem to recall that they are known to form at points of stagnant ether throughout the continent. You seem to recall? Are you honestly telling me that was in the records too? It was really new in how unique it was, but it was a dual-edged sword, very polarizing. Oh, neat. Yeah, I mean, I liked the combat in it, but I didn't like the long summons. Ha! I am. A report sent to the capital mentioned that lightning-aspected ether was prone to pooling on the continent, resulting in surges that interfered with equipment. And also, Squall was a bit of a doof. A minor detail, I grant you, but in my role as caretaker of the Crystal Tower, there was no such thing as too much Allagan knowledge. Besides, my studies helped me to feel connected to the source, to home. I must have explored this facility 1,000 times in my mind, but to finally stand here with the two of you, 'tis more exhilarating than I can well express. Yay. Now then, the lightning shard, if I may. I suggest we split up and search the beta quadrant. Oh, but beware of sprites. They are wont to manifest where the aether is stagnant. It's well worth getting into, it's just a shame you don't have enough time. Now you're just showing off, which makes me think we should make a contest of this. Well, the time and the effort. Not effort. The time and the energy, given how hard you work. Now you're just showing off, which makes me think we should make a contest of this. The first to return here with shard wins. What do you say? I say yes. Alize trying to prove herself, as usual. Very well, it would be my honour to come third. Well, Graha knows his place, let's face it. Not that we don't love him for it, but... Come on, Eyes. Right. Okay. Okay, so ether crystal. Oh wait, unless find a point stagnant, defeat blah 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 blah. Aha! It's flying away from it. Never mind. I was wondering which mount I should actually use, because this is my default. Took me a while to realise the implied connection between Squall and Laguna. Yeah, me too. I was not putting stuff together, but then again, I think I played it when I was 12, so I kind of lost the point. I might have been 13. I forget when it came out. I also didn't have a lot of patience for turn-based games back then. And still don't, to be honest, but hey. Here we go. Think. Maybe? Nope. Ah, the cave. Right there. As I can, and... Yes. It's been a while. Well, to be fair, I hate turn-based games in which it doesn't really have the same feel. It might depend on whether or not I'm scurrying around another enemy, or if I'm, you know, just sort of standing there at a back line. Sorry. Is that okay? Is it still too loud? I didn't realize how much louder the game was than the, That better? I didn't realize how much louder the audio was than the game itself. Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. Why, this spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of the prize slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the lightning shard is yours. Oh, it's a pixie. Very funny. Now let's get back to work. Oh, is it Midgard Soma? Oh, never mind. Ah. Forgive me. The scene so reminded me of our first meeting, I couldn't resist. You bastard. I never thought you'd be able to play an actual prank on me. Well, the contest continues, so you'd better hurry back. Ah, but one last thing. Thank you, Rarakumo, for bringing me here. You're welcome, Graha. It's a pleasure to have you here. You big cute cat boy. Okay. And he is cute, let's face it. Okay, so... Man, I am so out of it. I had no idea what I was doing in that fight. But it could also be because I spent all afternoon trying to mess with my hotkeys to no avail. Because I usually have them set up on my other computer, and I tried uploading them so that they all transferred over, but they did not. They did not work. So it's as if nothing has changed. That I had to rewire my brain to try and think of all the hotkeys that I had, and also all the ones that I needed to put back in. And that also meant changing all my buttons and then reallocating them to make sure I had them in the right places. And goddamn, that took all day. Because everything needs to be perfect when it comes to the setup. It appears Alice had no luck, so victory is yours. Congratulations. Now then, may I have the shard? Yes. What's that say? A lightning shard that fairly dances with the concentrated energy it harbours. Handle with care. Also, that thing I chose, the let's get back to work, was just me saying, haha. I didn't realise that was like the answer with him going, it was me, and I was doing it because it reminded me of our meeting. It was just me being like, don't be a smart ass. I didn't realise it was him trying to be a smart ass. What is it that makes you so much better at finding things? What do you have that I don't? That is a question I too have asked myself on numerous occasions. I suspect we could both learn a great deal from Rarakumo. Damn right. Not only about the secrets of adventuring. But come, we should attend to our mission. Oh, I love the background music. Diddle-oo, diddle-oo, diddle-oo-doo. You hear that in a couple of other... That's a leitmotif. You hear that in... Local Panda. No, I don't. Shush. Excellent. The system responded exactly as intended. We now have access to the Habisphere. Only one obstacle remains, the security systems within. Should they be triggered, they could make life rather difficult for us. In light of which, pray leave the rest to me. If I am right, my royal blood should allow me to venture in unmolested. Ah, fine. There's my water. Thank you, Alec. Even Virtual Panda's got to stay hydrated. Somehow. Assuming this place works just like the Crystal Tower, yes, but if it doesn't, you'll be on your own. I want you to promise us that if you'll get out at the first sign of trouble. He won't. I promise. Wish me luck. He won't. He'll be stuck in there, and I'll have to rescue him again. Or maybe not. Well, Nothing for it but to sit tight. Don't throw something at me. It's mean. You could feed me instead. Not many people actually feed me. Most people just throw things or drop things on me. Alec likes to drop things on me. I'm sure this Owen fellow was very well learned, but iconic corruption and overview sounds like a study in thesis. We all had to write one. Lest you wonder, mine was about the combat applications of ether. I'm nothing if not practical. Alphino's was more philosophical, of course. Political, dare I say it. Oh dear. Ooh, thank you. It's an apple! I've not had all my 5 a day yet, so... Ah! That's good. Brayburn, I believe. He chose to write a lengthy discourse on our nation's duty to the world. Yeah, thank you, Druid. A controversial subject, to say the least. I bet the Sharlayans weren't happy about that. He asserted that Sharlayan's knowledge should rightly be used to protect all life on the star, in direct opposition to the country's cherished policy of non-intervention. Being a leading member of the Forum, our father was not happy. Well, at least this leads up to the next game pretty well, next expansion. At the time, of course, Alphino was utterly convinced of his views and would cheerfully argue to the death with anyone who saw things differently. By which I mean the rows were long. But to be fair to him, though, he's since learned to be a little more open-minded, but deep down he still holds fast to the one belief, and I admire him for it. Yeah, me too. Alphino's a pretty straight-up guy. I should have liked to meet the young Alphino. Oh, whoops. I should have liked to meet the young Alphino. For what it's worth, my thesis concerned the Allegan civilization as depicted in folklore. Oh, you're back. I didn't know you attended the stadium. I didn't. A thesis was required to earn my Archon's mark. My peers at the Students of Baldesion convinced me to write one with the promise of unfettered access to forbidden tomes. Nerd. Though I considered it no more than a means to an end at the time, I will admit it was gratifying to have my efforts acknowledged. Good gods, an Archon's thesis! I shudder to imagine the work involved, but enough about that. Is this the fruit of your foray? Yes. Owen's archive node. It was waiting for me in his chamber. Yay, his Archon blood comes in handy. His royal blood, even. If a copy of his report still survives, it would be stored in this device. Shall we find out? Yes. Seriously, they're so pleasing to look at, don't you think? They're colourful and they're round. Initializing, scanning for registered user. User not found. To proceed as guest, please complete biometric authentication. Shrug. Yeah, damn right. Verifying. The Royal Crystal Archive guy. Authentication complete. Guest identified as member of the royal family. I am your most humble service, your highness. Yay. It never ceases to amuse me. 'Tis but a pity the effect will not last forever. Doga Inune said as much as when they granted me this gift. But such until time as it fades, I shall use it gratefully. Oh man, I forgot about those two. Search archive for iconic corruption. Flip searching blue. One item found, iconic corruption and overview. Okay, let's see if there are any good info out of this. The report is locked by the author. Please state password. Oh dear. So much for his... Well, go on then, your highness. Tell the nice node the password. Yeah, do it. Do it, Graha. Are they, right, let's see. Man, that would make me panic. Glory be to Alag. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Long live Emperor Zand. Or is it Zande? Yeah, you can, can't you? He's not happy. Oh. Uh-oh. Bleep bloop. Password incorrect. Please try again. Come on, Graha, you must have another one. Confound it! Come now, passwords are invariably short and simple. For instance... Oh, don't say 1, 2, 3, 4. If you say 1, 2, 3, 4... Password! Oh no. The notion that the password could be something so inane would be laughable were it not dangerously stupid. Furthermore, your conduct in the presence of His Highness is grossly inappropriate. Know your place, handmaiden. Oh god. Alize would be very good at hacking on Earth, yeah. I bet she felt silly for that. What? Did that thing just call me? Are you going to hit it? Please don't hit it. We need it. Wild Rose! Yeah. Let's just say Wild Rose. Wild Rose! Well, it won't be, but never mind. Bleep bloop. Password incorrect. Again, be warned that any further inappropriate behavior in his presence of His Highness will not be tolerated. What you going to do? Lock yourself on us? Alright, that's it. I say we dismantle it and manually extract what we need. Now, let's not be too hasty. A single misstep and we risk losing the report altogether. Yeah, well, Wild Rose gets brought up so much in Final Fantasy XIV, including a costume. I believe this may be a task for Cid and his colleagues. If anyone can coax Machina into cooperating, it's them. Yeah, Yuna's been loving the Pixel remasters, so I take her word on it. Come, let us bear the node back to the Rising Stones. I mean, it can't be worse than Final Fantasy USA, can it? Really? You know the one. In fact, I think it was actually called Final Fantasy USA. I don't really need food, but it's always good to take some food, so... Let's take spell. For healing. Probably. Grahatia seems eager to bear the node away. I should probably mention that I have yet to meet Cid since waking up. Rambrose did send word to the Ironworks, but it appears our friend has been afield on urgent business. Nevertheless, I assure you my proposal to seek his help is no pretext, however much I might look forward to seeing him again. Him and everyone. But come, let us be on our way. Yay! Grahatia rushing everyone along. Yes, please follow the Royal Prince, Mr. Node. Maybe we should call the node Owen, after his master, or creator, or owner. Look at him, all but running. How sweet. Still, it wouldn't do to keep him waiting, shall we? Let's do it. Yes. Okay. And now back into the air. Actually, maybe I'll ride the... Oh yeah, smooth. Which do you prefer? Bike? Bike? Open your eyes, silly panda mod. Or do you prefer cars? Because cars are pretty good. Ah! Oh right, this isn't something I can land on. No wonder. I forgot I actually need to sit on something made of solid geometry. Maybe after I teleport back. back to Morgana. Back to Mordona. The car looks like the car from Final Fantasy XV, and it can fly. Every time I lift my head up, my eyes start to close. Right. Car looks like this. And it comes with its own music. And it can fly. Just like in the game. But the music's easily the best part. And it's a 4-person mount as well, so 4 people can ride in it, 3 people can ride in it with you. Yeah, that's what it does in Final Fantasy XV. You get an upgrade that turns it into an airship of sorts, and you can fly across the map. In fact, that was... I'll have to show you the video later. There was a video, a JoJo parody that someone made out of it, and I can't remember if I still have it anywhere, but it made me laugh super hard. Right then. Okay, Graha. Wonderful news, Rarakumo. Tataru contacted Sid on our behalf, and he is on his way here even as we speak. Yeah, the bike's cool, and it's much more sleek. While we wait, I should very much like to hear what transpired at the Alliance Council. Would you be so kind, Krill? Just do the Matador scale. Well, well. I mean, it's fun, because the Lalafels, when they drive it, they stand on the seat, whereas everyone else just sits. As you know, the meeting was convened to discuss how best to respond to the recent events in Garlemald. According to intelligence from our Doman allies, the War of Succession rages on, and the Empire remains without a leader. The less flashy the cooler, that's fair. Amidst the chaos, the Imperial legions in the provinces have begun to move independently of the motherland. Of greatest concern to us is the third, a legion aligned with Lord Nerva. It appears they have received substantial financial backing from House Brutus. Serious face time. Brutus, aren't they the ones who took in Yotsuyu and Asahi? There. Yotsuyu? I can't remember how to actually pronounce their names. Yotsuyu and Asahi. This bodes well. It's been too long since I had to read their names. Zolus's movements, meanwhile, remain shrouded in mystery. We're hoping that Thancred and Urianger will be able to shed some light on his activities when they return. Until such time as they do, the Allied leaders feel it would be unwise to interfere in the conflict, and so, thanks in part to the Imperial withdrawal from Gimlet, they have decided to turn their attention to the primal problem once more. Working with friendly factions among the beast tribes, they hope to reopen dialogue and explore new avenues for peace. Yeah, trust Yuna on this. She loves those games. She's very, very knowledgeable. Given the timing, I suspect they wish to put their respective houses in order ahead of the decisive clash with the Empire. Her cloak's really good. Whatever their intent, you can actually get it. You can get her outfit, and only girls can wear it. Only female models. Whatever their intent, this is not a problem easily solved. The Lominsons, in particular, struggle in their efforts, and Alphino and Ishtola have been called upon to aid them. So long as we are dealing with the Tempered, I'm afraid no amount of dialogue will save us. But if we can develop a treatment for tempering, then anything is possible. Which is why we must succeed. And on that cheery note, why not make yourselves comfortable in Dawn's Respite? I'll show Sid in as soon as he arrives. I think I might just make it trying to see if there's a way to just change my head back, because Screw it. I think that works. Yeah. Right then. Entrance to Dawn's Respite. How do you pronounce that, Yuna? Do you say Dawn's Respite or Dawn's Respite? Respite. I don't. I say yeah, I say respite as well. I keep thinking it's pronounced respite, but I don't know if that's correct or not. Sid! Beer Daddy. Sid Daddy. And Biggs and Wedge, the two boys. Sid! Are you gonna hug him? Please hug him. Yay. I mean, no hug, but there needs to be a hug. He needs to hug someone. Respite is used in Canada, US, and respite. Oh, really? I didn't know that. So at least I'm saying it correctly. And stop playing Back for Blood. It's bad. Well, it's not, but... eh. It's not terrible, but it wasn't my kind of thing. Forgive us for not coming to see you sooner, my friend. As you may have heard, we've had our hands full. In our defense, you are up rather early. I was under the impression you'd be slumbering a while longer. Oh, I would have been, had you not fulfilled your promise. Ha! I still struggle with that idea. From where I stand, the secrets of traversing time and space seem exactly as unfathomable as they ever did. But if an alternate version of myself has already laid them bare, I dare say that frees me up to concentrate on other endeavours. Speaking of which, you wanted my help with something. What was it? Look at that smile. Well, well, a treatment for tempering, and for the next step you need to find the password to this Allagan's report. I wonder why it's passworded. Just so, with nary a clue to guide us, we could be here forever and still not guess correctly, and thus we turn to you. At least it's not got an automatic lockout system like a phone. Or a, you know, website account. Well, I'd love to say that we could help you, so I will. Once suitably configured, a Magitech terminal should make short work of identifying the password. Damn right, Sid. I knew I could rely on you. Now, anticipating that it might be of use, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Rambrose. It contains an Allagan dictionary. Nice! Raha thinking of everything. He's such a good boy. Good thinking. I'll transfer the information to a terminal and set it to work right away. Attaboy, Sid. He is indeed the best boy. You know, it still blew my mind when I realised that there was a Sid and a Biggs and Wedge in almost every game. Ah, it looks finished. Looks like it's finished. Let's see. Freedom. The password is freedom. That seems simple. I think I said courage, so never mind. I mean, I said wild rose, but I think courage was my other guess. Ha! Short and simple, just as I said. Would you care to do the honours, your highness? I would, milady. Tips Fedora. Node, open the report entitled Iconic Corruption and Overview. Password, freedom. Password accepted. Nope. Opening report. It's so pretty. Help me, Obi-Wan. You're our only hope. This report seeks to provide an overview of the mechanism by which icons corrupt and bind men to their will. I want to go to bed, but I want to see a cute reaction to the cutscene. The phenomenon we call corruption refers to the alteration of the ether of the soul. If you need to go to bed, then go to bed, Yuna. Stay up, otherwise work will be terrible. Said ether ordinarily exists in equilibrium, no one element being more prominent than another. Wow. But when a subject is exposed to the ether of an icon, this changes, their soul taking on the properties of the entity in question. This is interesting because this isn't something any of us have known before. Hey, it's Sephiroth. By way of an example, exposure to the ether of the fiend Sephiroth would cause a subject's ether to become aligned with the element of the earth. I didn't realize he was an earth element. As a consequence, the subject would attain heightened affinity with earth-aspected magics, as well as preternatural levels of endurance. Repeated exposure would further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh. Yeah, that makes sense, because they were the ones who locked him up in the first place, isn't it? Oh, wow. Ow. Why would you do that in the middle of something so grand? The changes undergone by the subject are not solely attributable to the elemental alignment, however. Further testing has determined that the subject's soul becomes umbrally charged or stagnant during the process. I didn't realise they become actual elementals. This stagnation of the soul has the effect of diluting the sense of self, rendering the subject vulnerable to the will of the icon, the thoughts of whom come to consume their entire existence. We knew that. In this manner do the corrupted become worshippers of the icon, their prayers serving to further empower the entity. Having discerned the mechanism of iconic corruption, my colleagues and I have set up to develop a material capable of shielding one from its effects, an endeavour in which we were successful, albeit at great cost. The lives of many men, I suppose. In the course of testing, many of my assistants, good men and women, all fell victim to corruption, and in accordance with protocol, they were summarily put to death. Oh, that sucks. Ow! Why would you keep doing that? Why, Yuna? You're so mean. I thought you were my mum. My rigging mama. I subsequently submitted a proposal to investigate non-potential cures for corruption, but it was rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Ammon. It's not that funny. It's mean. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protested the decision. And for my impertinence, I have been stripped of the rank and title and will shortly be expelled from this facility. Oh dang, really? That sucks. This poor guy, he was doing his best. In all likelihood, this report will be expunged from the archives. Nonetheless, I record it in hope that one day someone will undertake to do that which I could not, and find a cure for the victims of iconic corruption. End recording. Dang. So, not even the Allagans were able to find a cure, or rather, were not given the chance to do so. One cannot help but wonder what motivated Lord Ammon's decision. Well, we know he was a jerk because we kicked his ass. More importantly, this confirms the stagnation of the soul is indeed the problem, and Angelo can remedy that. Who's Angelo again? True, yet we were simply to reanimate a tempered soul. I fear it would do naught to diminish the individual fanatic's faith. Indeed, it may well intensify it. No, we would somehow need to suppress the primal's hold over the subject at the same time, or risk them remaining ever at its thrall. Oh yeah, I didn't realize. Where would we get him from though? So there's no point in reviving the souls unless we can also restore their sense of self. But wasn't he in the source, or am I thinking of someone else? But of course, memory transference! The process has the effect of compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bundles, if you will, just like we did for Graha. By adapting this technique, it may be possible to achieve selective reanimation. That is, limit the effects to only those memories that existed prior to tempering. That's clever. Through thus restoring the sense of self, we could theoretically drown out the incitements of false faith, which had come to dominate the individual's thoughts. That's really impressive. I see. The theory seems sound, and our experience treating the light corrupted would help us to identify suitable memories for reanimation. So basically they would split the memories of the person from the fanatical element that joined them at the latest moment, or whenever it was they were corrupted, thus restoring their original personality. And hopefully also giving back the ether that they need to not be stagnant anymore, and thus stop decay. But are you confident you can adapt to memory transference as required? I seem to recall your attempts to do so while trying to bring us home culminated in literal bloodletting. Oh yeah, that's true, he did need blood. They did, you are right. Despite my best efforts, I could not recite the mechanism. I could not recreate the mechanism, and I concede that a rather clumsy compromise I reached would not provide the basis for a cure. Huh. Then perhaps it's better that we consider another approach. What is wrong with my tongue today? Your doubts are understandable, but this time I believe we have reason to be confident. You see, nodes such as this were built with the ability to simulate magics. Really? I didn't know that. Which leads me to believe that it may be capable of performing simulations of the transference technique. If so, we would be able to conduct years' worth of tests within the space of a few days. In theory, it would be no different from how we identified the password. But it'll take more calculating power. A lot more. I honestly couldn't say whether our equipment would be up to the task. Tell me, Sid, why do you suppose Owen locked his report behind a password? To keep it from prying eyes, of course. Why else? Wait. A password that could be guessed by anyone with leisure, and a dictionary wouldn't keep it from a person minded to look. No, he wanted his report to be seen by those who strive for freedom. Not unlike the members of a certain distinguished engineering collective. I believe their motto was freedom through technology, or some such. Damn right. You two, round up as many Magitech terminals as you can find and bring them to the workshop. Right away, Chief! I don't know if that's Wedge's real voice, I can't remember. I think it was quite nasally. Things are about to get very busy. Lucky we have you to help, huh? Sid always knows what to do. And usually I'm the one doing it. But this time I seem to be in the clear. Right. Well, Grahatir and I configured the terminals. I want the rest of you to procure supplies. Namely, ceruleum to fuel the terminals and ice shards to keep them cool. The more we have of both, the better. Leave the ice shards to me. I'll round up some adventurers and go on a gathering spree. Wow, Krill's already on it. In that case, I'll trust Rarakumo and Alize with the ceruleum. Here's a promissory note for each of you. Okay. Take them to the Skysteel manufactory in Ishgard and the ceruleum processing plant in Thanalan. The people there will give you what we need. Yours is a well-known face in the Holy See, I believe. If it's all the same to you, I'll head to Thanalan. It's been a while since I've been to Ishgard. Bloody hell. Especially for story reasons. Almost said Thory reasons. Ishgard. Oh. Foundation. Dang. It's been... When was the last time we went to Ishgard for an actual story quest? Skysteel Manufactory. Ooh. Ooh. This place was one of my favourites. Because I loved the gothic architecture and the... I don't know what you call it. I'm not good with architecture, but it's gothic something. Victorian gothic. And it's just so pretty. So majestic. But onto the manufactory. Good night, Yuna. Thanks for coming. Hope you sleep well. I'll let you know what I think in the morning. Ow. You know, I bet most people don't treat their adopted kids that way. Formula. Welcome back, Master Rarakumo. Ow! Well, I expect it from Alec. Stupid rack. Welcome back, Master Rarakumo. How may I serve you this day? No, I don't. You're an idiot, Rack. Shut up. I use my live 2D when I'm reading, because it's chill. So you're after ceruleum. In that case, please present the note to our engineer at the airship landing. He shall be glad to assist you. Smooth, kick Alec from the chat. Do it for me. Where was the airship landing? I forget where the airship landing was. It wasn't here, that was the stables. I said kick Alec from the chat. Also blep. Ah. Ah! Too far over one side. Blep. It's not actually a thing you can do. That was just me telling you to do so. But you can't do it, so never mind. Yeah. Okay. Ow! Why? Why? Mean, you know? Jeez. You would think you would learn not to be so mean. Okay. Back to the airship landing. Where is the airship landing? Not actually sure where the airship landing is. Oh wait, the airship landing was just, duh. It was just next to the Skysteel Manufactory. Manufactory? I think it was Manufactory. It was here. I think. Was it? No, it was by the Astrologium. Where all the astrologians reside. Astrologians, even. There was a video a while ago from, I think, a player called Larizar, who asked people on Twitter how they pronounce astrologian, or astrologian. And, yeah, there were so many Americans who said astrologian, and it's like, it's astrologian. Are you not? Seriously? Is that not how you spell astrologian? Why would you say astrologian? Astrologian. Yeah, well, someone has to. Why else do you here? Why else are you here? Not like I asked you to do anything else, is it? Okay. Ceruleum? You come to the right man. Fair warning though, the price has shot up on account of the uncertainty with the Empire, so I hope you've got the coin. It's a promissory note, so hopefully we can buy quite a lot. Well now, promissory note from the Ironworks. Don't see many of these. Not that it's a problem, it's as good as gold to me. Yay, good. So we get to keep the money. I was worried we'd have to pay for it. Wouldn't be the first time I've had to pay for something out of my own pocket. And I've only got 1,000,000 gil. What the hell? Hey, it's the boys! Or well, boy and girl.
My friend! After the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places.
Big buddy Imeric. Shrug.
As you may have heard, the Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem.
I just want it to auto-scroll.
To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard,
Gotta make a macro.
that we might together plot a course.
Oh yeah, the Vanu. I helped these guys. I think it's these guys that helped.
Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion, I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find.
I hear he's on a road trip with Gaius now.
I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you?
Sure will.
But tell me, what business brings you to our fair city this day?
I'm about to crack an old machine and attempt to make a cure for something that can literally save
A cure
the world.
for tempering. You never cease to amaze me.
Yeah.
Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed.
He knows how big it is.
Very well. You shall have all
Ow.
the ceruleum we
Fine,
can provide,
Arshil, why is everyone
and an
hitting me
airship
today?
with which to transport it.
Thank you, Imeric. He's ever the bro.
In this matter, you may count on Ishgard's full support.
Figure out something else to say hi with. Jerk. Also hi. Okay. So we have everything we need to try and cure the tempering. And loads of... There doesn't need to be a revolt. Ban them all. Ban everyone. Thank you, Imeric. You're a champ as always. He's a good man. I mean, granted, we did help him get installed as leader, but he was deserving of the title. Yeah, it's hero time. Oh, wow. He really has set up the facility really well. And it's no wonder we need so much ceruleum. Both crystals and... It's too late, you've been recruited. It's all you are as a tool of destruction. For my purposes and my wielding. Well, stop watching me and go watch Terra then. Stop overloading yourself. It's hard to listen to two of us at once. You okay, Elise?
Who would have thought ceruleum weighed so much?
Did you carry it back by yourself? I had a fucking airship. Get on my level.
Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
Exactly. You're not weak for accepting help. I've got many friends. They can all help me. Just like
Good work, you two. This is all we asked for and more.
Just like Smooth can help me.
Now that I look
And he will. He will.
Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance. Ha! Some people have all the luck.
Granted, Sid doesn't sound like I was
We have
trying to do
also
a voice for
succeeded
him.
in configuring the terminals, thanks in no small part to our able assistant.
Yay. Which able assistant? Oh, wow. She's back. Oh.
It's been a while.
God,
hero.
Nero. Never mind.
You seem surprised to see me.
I am
Lest you
surprised to see you.
misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for tempering.
Then why are you here? Is it to watch
But
Sid?
if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
You're so... He reminds me of Benedict Cumberbatch, just not like in...
For all the effort it took to track you down after your latest disappearing act, you could find the cure for death.
He reminds me of Benedict Cumberbatch playing Doctor Strange. Maybe not pre-accident, but just generally. He's cocky, and he just has this. He has the same high cheekbones that Benedict Cumberbatch has. He just looks like he's wearing sunglasses. In fact, I think there's a picture of Benedict Cumberbatch wearing sunglasses, and he looks like a brown-haired Nero. And I'm so convinced that was who they based him off of. Because it's very similar. I mean, just look at that side profile.
That wasn't the only reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel not only across dimensions, but through time.
And no, I'm not going to ban Narshal. If I ban anyone, it'll be
Doubtless
you
the lion's
first.
share of the credit lies with me. 9 parts to Garland's 1.
Shut up, Nero.
And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
Much as we love you and your cocky ass.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
Got him.
Whatever you say, Garland.
By the way, the
Sid's
healing
so much
applications of crystal foci proved very useful in getting us to where we
Ow.
are now.
It's pretty
I
mean.
must remember to thank Mikoto.
Every throw is a step closer to a ban, Narshal. I hope you realise that.
Right.
You're very close.
If everyone's ready, let's begin.
Not as close as Alec, but you're very close. You're lucky I can't reach the keyboard at the moment. Otherwise you would pay. But until then, you can just stew in the knowledge that eventually he
all
is
appears to be in
contributing to the
order.
extinction of pandas,
Now,
one throw
we
at
just
a
have to
time.
wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while.
Putting my feet up sounds good. I've not done that in almost 20 minutes. Oh, sorry, no. An hour and 20 minutes. I mean, I did take a 10-month break, but still. Just me chilling with Elise. Yay. Tataru nodding off. Wow. All of us just sitting upright and sleeping. Uh-oh.
It's overloading.
Mm-mm.
She won't last much longer!
We're giving her all she's got, Captain.
We'll have to shut it down.
Wait! We're close. So very close.
Don't do it, Graha. It'll blow up. It'll take half the city with it.
Oh,
Oh no! Wedge, get out of there! Biggs, run!
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Shut up. You sarcastic bastard.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you.
Someone don't pour water on it yet. Oh dear. Here it goes. The one screen and it's gone. Ah. Basically, they blew something up. What else is new?
I was able to memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
Yes. Good job, Graha. You're such a good boy. Every single time he comes through. Deus Ex Grahatia.
It's just as well. She'll never run again.
Aw. Poor Biggs.
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
Well, now you get to build stuff all over again. That's like
Don't
what it
be.
is you guys do, isn't it?
it may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at.
Yeah, I'm right. Can literally
This,
save the world
my
with this.
friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
Yeah. At least I would think so. I forget, is he Biggs or is he Wedge? I want to say he's Biggs, but I don't know if that's true.
Thank you.
He might. I want it to be an ironic name, but I think he's
Well.
Wedge.
We've done what we can. The rest is up to you.
Yeah. So now we have to put it to use. I don't know if that involves fighting a Titan, fighting a Primal, or if it means just going to a dungeon. Because if this is 5.4, I've only just gotten started. And there should be at least one dungeon. Whatever. Alright, Elise. At long last, we have our cure. In theory, at any rate. We cannot be certain till such time as we put it to the proof, but I am quietly confident. Well, if we're to test it on someone, I suggest Garbu. His symptoms are relatively mild. As long as you exercise due caution, because I know what you're like, and you're a red mage. Since when do those guys exercise caution? Yes, as long as we exercise due caution, it will be fine. Without further ado, then let's make for Limsa. We've kept Garbu waiting long enough. I think Garbu is one of the... what tribe is it? The Ixali? No, not the Ixal. The Amalja. Yeah, so he's one of the big... No, wait. Oh, maybe not. Or unless he is, and he... No, wait, Gabu is a... Kobold. I think he's a kobold. It's been a while. It's been a really long time, actually. Culinarian's Guild. After Castle. Okay. Gabu! Yeah, he must be here somewhere. Well, this is the moment of truth. I'll have our hosts bring Gabu to us at once. Yeah, he's a kobold. No, yeah, kobold. Kobolds are the ones that look like little rats, and goblins are the ones that wear the gas masks. Or their helmets with eyes on. Here we go.
Apologies for the wait.
Little buddy. He's so cute.
Gabu, have you been good?
He's already tempered, though.
Still no change, I'm afraid. He just stands there in silence until we move him.
This is giving me flashbacks to the kid.
It's all right now.
In the first.
We're going to help you get better.
The light-infected kid.
Fancy meeting you here.
Alphino Yushtola! I thought you were attending to primal matters.
Oh, this is a primal matter, technically. The reversing of them.
We were, and came here for a meeting on the subject. Certain pirate factions did not deign to attend, however, and it was cancelled.
Why they wouldn't, I'm not sure.
We had resigned ourselves to having wasted a journey when we chanced to espy you.
I love how much the voice actors
put
put into
there has
this.
been progress with the treatment?
I read an article the other day interviewing the voice actors, and they all seem to love the game, or at least they all love their roles.
Using Magitech terminals to formulate the solution. I would never have contemplated such an approach.
Tancred and Estinian especially.
So this new magic, adapted from memory transference, would be used to purge the subject of their fanatical faith, while Angelo would be responsible for reanimating the ether of their soul.
That's the gist of it.
Yet I wonder at the practicalities. If one were to reanimate the soul first, it would only serve to exacerbate the tempering. Conversely, a stagnant soul would not respond to the effects of the magic.
Could it be that she's put more thought into it than we have?
Would both need to be performed simultaneously?
Ah, nothing escapes Master Matoya's inquiring eye. As you say, both must be carried out simultaneously. And thus, I propose to imbue Angelo with the tempering treatment in much the same manner as I did the spirit vessels.
I'm glad that Grahati is always one step ahead. Of me, anyway. Cat genius. Yay! A little proxy friend. Hey, buddy.
By doing so, we also spare Graha the trouble of casting spell after spell. It's really rather efficient.
Instead, we just squeezed all the magic we can out of this pig.
Be that as it may, certain difficulties are unavoidable. The imbuing process will still require no small amount of ether. And as I can no longer draw upon the Crystal Tower's stores of energy, I will be compelled to rely on those of others.
That could be problematic. It required a lot of energy.
I, for one, would be glad to assist.
Oh, hey.
As would I. Since the resumption of our duties, it has been naught but stuffy meetings, and I have ample ether to spare.
I think I'm already getting how, maybe Alphino becomes a sage.
With your permission, then, let us begin.
At least I think I might be. If it involves him using up too much ether in the quest for this whole endeavor. I wonder if he ends up getting getting those sage stick things to actually help him cast magic rather than summoning and using his own to channel things.
Yes, this will do.
Spoiler, he becomes evil. Nah, he wouldn't. He's a good boy. He wouldn't go evil.
And now, it's my turn.
The pig's just floating there like, eh? I thought the pig was sentient. Or, you know, I thought he was intelligent.
'Tis done.
You know, able to actually talk and stuff. I didn't realise he was just a little porky flying ball.
No small amount indeed.
Feeling tired, Alphino? You should have asked me.
We seek to go where even the Allegans did not. It was never like to be easy.
Chided.
The rest is up to you, Alize. The treatment itself will take time and focus, so we will need a quiet room. I'm sure our hosts can spare one.
Let's do it. Let's fix the little goblin.
I will go with her. It may be a while before we return, so I would ask for your patience and your faith.
We believe in you, Graha. You can do it. I'll be here looking chill.
We'll bring Gabu back. You see if we don't.
I hope so. Not just for the goblin himself, but also just generally. Because this would mean a huge change in things for primal fighting.
'Twould seem our part is played. Let us find a place to recuperate while we wait for news.
But given the amount of people that have been tempered in the process of fighting primals, it would take a lot of people and a lot of ether. In which case, it would be understandable as to why Alphino couldn't use magic properly anymore without needing to use sage sticks. Well, this seems as good a spot as any to have a rest. Another nice moment between us all.
For years, Eorzea has labored to find a solution to the primal problem, without success. Any hope that tempering could be reversed faded long ago. I myself had given it up as impossible. Given up on the tempered and the light corrupted alike. They were problems to be tolerated, or else eliminated, I believed. And to think otherwise was pure naivety. Childishness, even. But Alize refused to give up. She struggled and she struggled. And her efforts were rewarded with a way to bring back Halric.
It was the
and now
light
countless
kid in the
others
other
may
world.
no longer be beyond salvation. However much we bicker, I have the greatest respect for my sister. Had I half her stubbornness, nay, her unwillingness to accept the status quo, I would be a far better person.
Stop putting yourself
a far
down.
better scion.
You've done plenty. Plus, you're the great artist Alphino, and we're just your assistants. Well, if it's any consolation, She's in awe of your work.
She told you of my graduation thesis. How very embarrassing. Nonetheless, it is comforting and not a little surprising to hear that I'm still capable of impressing my sister. On the rare occasions I'm not annoying her, that is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dang. Elise looking tired. Zombified. At least it means it was a success.
Alice,
it means it was a success,
are
right?
you all right?
The treatment. Did it work?
Or did you get ambushed on the way here? He's looking good, though. Chipper boy.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you all. Delighted, happy, glad.
Gaboo!
Yay! Our little goblin friend is okay. Man, he's been there for ages. It's a wonder he's only just back now.
All this time, my mind was filled with thoughts of Great Father Titan.
Little boy.
But I never forgot about Mother and Father. Always, they were in my heart. Constantly, ever, always.
Little guy. He's so cute.
So I tried to focus on their faces. Theirs and yours. Alize's and everyone's. And I found that I could remember. One thing, then another, and another.
Yay.
Your hopes reached Gaboo. They helped him to hold on.
All's well that ends well. I guess now we just need to do this for another billion people.
I'm so proud of you, Gaboo.
We're proud of you, Elise, for doing what the Allegans couldn't.
I couldn't have done it without you, Alize. Can you help the others too? Cure them, heal them, help them.
Yes, we can. All of them.
We hope. We're just going to need a whole buttload of magic. Look at him flounder around. Little
Without
dummy.
wishing to dampen the mood, I feel compelled to add certain caveats regarding the viability of the treatment for general use.
Yeah, it's probably smart. I was thinking that she was
As
being
you
way
know,
too confident.
Reversing the effects of tempering demands a profuse amount of ether. And while Alize was able to heal Gaboo alone, I fear the same will not be true for those who exhibit more advanced
I was thinking the same. Because,
Moreover, the treatment's effects are limited to the soul. It offers no succor to those whose very flesh has been altered through prolonged exposure to a primal's influence.
yeah, there's a big difference between...
All of which is to say that we cannot save everyone.
There's a big difference between someone who's barely made any progress with the whole transformation like he did, who was just like rendered silent and manipulativable, compared to someone who has basically been corrupted. Oh, these eyes. Oh, thank you.
Maybe we can't, or maybe we can.
I'm quite fond of them
No one
myself.
gave us a hope of saving Gaboo, and yet here we
Nice
are.
to think you think I'm
we
pretty.
must find a way to treat as many as possible.
Then the next logical step would be to produce a veritable army of porkses, would it not? Granted, it seemed a simple enough
Let's
process in the
just
first.
start a pig farm.
But I suspect it will be different here in the source. Not that I am any authority, of course.
We'll just start a pig farm and just have them fly.
Yes,
Magic
there
pigs.
is an authority on familiars to whom we may grudgingly turn. She's stubborn, haughty, eccentric, irascible, laconic, annoying. And her name is Master Matoya, the real one.
Apparently Master Matoya's VA actually died some time ago, and the original one, and so they've replaced her now, but that line was given
I
as
have to go now, Gaboo. But the people here will look after you, all right?
That line
but I
was given as a
promise to come and
shout out.
visit you again soon.
Or not a shout out, like a...
All right. Thank you, Alize. Thank you.
Basically to say, you know, remember her or something. A little remembrance note. Which is nice. I liked Master Matoya. She was a very funny old lady. I was amazed when I found out about Ishtola and her usage of the name. Spell Seed, Vitality, Piety. Yeah, let's go with that. Good for healing. And I want to practice healing. I'm not sure which class to heal as. It might be Scholar or Astrologian. Astrologian. I'm doing it now. God damn. As she will be at pains to remind me, I have not paid Master Matoya a visit since returning from the first, but this seems as good a time as any. Come, let us make for her cave. Yeah, I might play Scholar, or I might just go with Tank. I don't know yet. Oh yeah, back to... Gotta go back to Idleshire. 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 I'm not sure which it is. I always said Idleshire because it's where people would idle in during Heavensward. People would just chill here and just like run around on their mounts and stuff when they weren't doing other things, because it's where everything was for the end game that you could get to. But I also thought it could be pronounced Idleshire, like Lancashire or Yorkshire, and just be using the name, like, you know, as a pun. It just looks like Idleshire, but because of the way it's pronounced, it just makes me think Idleshire. It's been a while since I actually had to come here for anything that wasn't just going to Idleshire for like picking up items for old classes. There's Alexander, for anyone that didn't know, or anyone that plays Final Fantasy and doesn't play this. Stuck in a gigantic time bubble. There's the entrance. He is a raid. But I think most people here probably know that and have probably played the game. Maybe. Someone else riding the bike. Right then. Yeah, it was pretty... in the beginning of Heavensward, there was nothing on that lake. There was nothing there. Then, about a week in, you saw just a little... or you saw a giant bubble, but you saw a little thing rising up out the water, and then over the course of the expansion, it grew and grew out of the water until it became massive and just sat with its, like, different parts poking out to represent that it was fighting the time control, and that it was overcoming the time lock that it was in. So you had to try and shut the whole thing down and stop it before it got completely out of control, because it's another primal, I think. Except it's one you can actually ride and get inside of and do raid bosses in. It was a good fight. It was a good raid. It was a lot of fun. And it had some of the best songs in the game. Or one of the best songs. Well, no. 3 of the best songs in the game, but one of them was a mashup. With a Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, that kind of feel. I take it you are ready to bear witness to the joyous reunion of master and pupil. Very well. Man, there's a lot of us here to go in and see and say hi. I wonder if she's still got a dancing brooms. And a talking frog. Hi, Master Matoya. It's been a long time.
Nary a word from you all this time. Then you bring every man and his pirogo with you. Did no one teach you any manners, girl?
It's been so long, I don't remember what her original voice was like.
They were too busy teaching me etherology, Master. Jesting aside, I wanted to be the one to express our gratitude. I am told you spared no effort to sustain our bodies while we were away. And for that, We owe you our lives. Thank you.
Forgot that. Wow.
You were gone so long. I was starting to think you'd set your heart on staying.
It wasn't easy to leave, as it happens. Seldom does one have the opportunity to study other worlds, and I would not have minded extending my stay by a handful of years.
Ever the scholar. Y'shtola dedicated herself to studying ancient civilizations of the First, befriending a tribe known as the Knights Blessed in the process. There she took on the name of Matoya and won the respect of all the children of the forest.
And she did it looking awesome. Was that a secret?
I merely adopted an alias in accordance with the custom of my hosts. Yours just happened to be the first name that came to mind.
Oh no.
You mean to tell me you went gallivanting about using my name and only bother to visit when you need a favor? And don't pretend you don't. I taught you long enough.
She saw right through us. She's a master witch, though.
Indeed. And devoted pupil.
The whole of Final Fantasy XIV is basically one big love letter to the franchise.
When the answer eludes you,
if you've played
to the wisdom of your elders.
If you've played any of Final Fantasy from 1 to 12, then you will recognize large portions of different elements. I mean, the next one, the next one, Endwalker, is going to be full of Final Fantasy IV references. They've already found like 50 of them, including music, characters, and dungeons. No worries. I mean, I love the music here, but yeah. But yeah, there's I mean, Alexander was obviously a Primals, Ifrit, Titan. All the Primals are basically just the summons or the Espers or whatever you want to call them from the other Final Fantasy games. Shiva, Sephiroth, the Warring Triad in general. There's a whole, in Final Fantasy Stormblood, the second expansion, there was a whole dungeon, a whole series of raids even, called the Alphascape, Deltascape, and Omegascape. And Omega was the final boss of that series. But you also fought Kefka, the Doom Train. I'm just trying to think of different characters now. There were loads of them. A bunch of characters named after things as well. And of course, the Crystal Tower itself is a whole raid series, a whole Alliance raid series, as is the city of Rabinaustra, I think, from Final Fantasy XII, or Tactics even. So there's, you know, so you step anywhere. Oh, and of course, Gilgamesh is a massive character in the game as well, at least in a series of side quests. So anywhere you look, there will be... Oh, and the Knights of the Round were one of the final bosses of the what's it called? The Heaven's Ward main story. So yeah, if you stay here long enough, you see loads of references and they're everywhere. There's even like really subtle ones or really like obscure ones, like in the Twinning, the end boss is called the Tycoon, who is named for I think it was a minor boss or a minor or some sort of boss in one of the earlier Final Fantasy V games, but he's not like I don't think he has anything in common with them other than being named after them. I don't remember what it is that he's actually named for. But yeah, it's one of the reasons I love it, and it's made me look more into Final Fantasy in general. And of course all the classes, and, well, most of the classes. And Krill.
You there. Were you going to introduce yourself?
How remiss of me. Grahatia is my name, and I'm proud to call myself a scion.
I see.
I too wish to offer my gratitude for your invaluable aid in sustaining the Archon's bodies, as well as my apologies. It was my inexpert summoning spell which endangered their lives in the first place.
Ah, yes. The one bent on digging up the mysteries of Alag. Old Galaf used to speak of you, and Kryles told me all about your recent exploits. Do you have a bad back or something? At ease, boy. Whatever mess you made. I'm not in the habit of dwelling on the failings of the younger generation.
She's not a Karen.
You
no,
are
no boomer vibes here.
I've also heard much and more about you, Master Matoya. 'Tis an honor to finally make your acquaintance.
It's one of the only older people that don't dwell on the failings of a generation.
Pleasantries for anyone. Tell me what you want. I haven't got all day.
Here comes the flying pig. Little buddy. He's very cute. I think I've got one as a mini pet.
So that's the way of it. It should be a simple enough matter to make the familiar. The magic, on the other hand.
Ah, that you may leave to me. Being the only one possessed of royal blood, I alone can imbue the subject with the necessary magic.
So I just need to create porxies with the power to stir the soul. Just, I say. Though we're talking about a veritable herd of the little buggers, we'd collapse before we reach double figures.
You can do it, Matoya. We believe in you. She definitely doesn't sound as cranky as she used to.
If I could get a familiar to create the familiars.
Oh no.
Mother porxie, as it
Gonna
were.
breed porxies. How that's gonna work. She's gonna use that one to breed the porxies.
Seems I haven't seen the last of that moldy old hole after all.
Sorry, what? Ew? Not sure I want to know, but simultaneously I'm morbidly curious. Alright, off to my old workshop then. Everything required to make your familiar is there. That may be, but no one has set foot in there since the Exodus. I dread to imagine what has become of it. Oh, but there's a handful of feral familiars and mayhap a monster or two, but nothing for the likes of you. You can consider cleaning up the place payment for my help. Fine, we'll do it. Good girl. Now if there are no other objections, I suggest you run along to the Maker's Quarter. I'll send one of my porogos ahead to let you into the workshop. You need only to tell him who you are. One can't be too careful after all. Off you go. Okay, so I think this will be the dungeon. Sarah Rogo, what do you want? Should you choose to undertake this quest, you will receive no guidance. Oh, it's a treasure mission. Cool. Wait a minute, what was that you were going to give me? Broom brush. Oh, it's a reagent. Look at that. I don't craft. Wait a minute. Like master, like pupil. Which Pororogo am I speaking to? It's Sarah. Okay, no, it's Sarah Rogo. It's not the one I need to speak to. I got mixed up there for a second. Cave exit. Okay. On our way now, and over there. Right. So yeah, this will probably be a dungeon, I'm assuming, because we've not had a dungeon yet, and this seems very dungeon-y. Oh, won't mind, it's been a long time since I actually did a dungeon in Final Fantasy. I just need to hope that all my buttons are in the right order. because I'm not sure I'm happy with the placement of any of them. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know, I really hate... Every time I do this, I have to completely recalibrate my brain to figure out where I've put my buttons, because I know that these aren't the positions any of them were in originally. And now I just can't think of where they should be. I mean, most of them are where they should be, so Provoke and Shirk and Grit are always there. Shadow Wall, anything on any class that reduces damage by a set amount goes there. Any of the World of the Raid-wide damage reductions go there. Dashes and stun and charges and stuff always go there. Interrupts always go there. As long as they're tanks or classes with interrupts. Yeah, I think I'm going to tank, because I don't trust myself to DPS. I actually trust myself to tank way more, which is probably not a good idea, but also I'd rather get in there and not have to wait around for half an hour. Because inevitably, if I have to queue for a dungeon, I'll be waiting around half an hour from DPS. Either that or I'll be a healer, but because I've not healed anything in a while and because it'll be a new dungeon, I don't really trust myself. But tanking's, you know, fairly easy. Greetings, Ribbit, and welcome to my good mistress's relict. Hero Rogo is my name, I want to be your guide. Within you will find a place space dedicated to the making of familiars, along with a cavern, wherein we can requisite. I'm not a healer. I've never been a healer. I must warn you, however, that the place has not played host to a single soul, much less a broom, in over 15 years, and I regret, be in some disarray. But rest assured, my brothers and I shall see to it you do not lose your way. Now then, Ribbit, only say the word and I will show you in. Druid's a very good healer, though. She usually heals me and keeps me alive. Either that or we'll just tank and we'll tank and DPS because we don't trust. Actually, I forgot I could do a party thing for a test run. Maybe I'd probably be better off going as DPS in this, because at least I can DPS harder than most of the NPCs. The frog's very cute. I liked his little witch hat, his little wizard hat. It was like Mickey Mouse in Fantasia, just without a cape or a cloak. I don't know. I don't trust myself to play any of the DPS classes because it's been so long. I think I'll just do really badly if I play as any of them, but it'll be faster. But fuck it. Form party. So I guess, can I just take?
I stand ever ready.
Yay! I'll take Grahatia because I actually like him the most. I like him more than. Actually, nah, I have to. Yeah, I like Grahatia as a party member. He's cute. Plus, Alphino has not become a... he's a scholar still. Scholars are stinky. But could I play another class? I don't know. I'll just embarrass myself because I've not played DPS classes in a while and I've forgotten how to play them all. You're a dork. But we love you anyway. Just don't stand in the AoEs. I guess I have wanted to get back into Black Mage. We're not getting an answer. Right. Ah, screw it. Tank it is. I'll just trust them to do the right thing and be better than me. Scholar's stinky. Ow. I need to set smooth up with a ban button for Alex specifically. Matoya's Relict. I like the music.
Right. To begin with, I need you to gather a few ingredients. Listen well to what the Porogos say, or you'll wish you had.
Okay. Is this... This is new. Listen to what the Porogos say. First things first, we need to harvest some clay. I'll turn up the... No, I'll turn down the sound effects. So, Earthy Portal. Let's see. I don't know what this is going to be like, but I'm curious. Okay. What creatures have since taken up residence where I wonder? Whatever they are, we'll make short work of them. Please follow me, Ribbit, and put down any pests that bar the way. Okay, so... Like I said, it's been a while since I last played... Ooh. Since I last played this, so I'm probably going to be struggling just a little bit to begin with. Especially because... Oh, fuck me. I'm really out of it with my hotkeys. I have no idea, and everything I'm pressing is wrong. And I just don't remember at all what it is that I should actually be pressing. Because, like I said, I've had to reassign all of my hotkeys because none of my hotkeys carried over.
Away with you!
But I think I'm managing at first, but it's a good thing I don't have other people here, because those people will be taking threat non-stop. Thank God I've got Catboy on me. For healing purposes. Right. So I just have to keep adapting and keep remembering where my keys are, get used to it, and do my best to try and learn. And then also remember that just like any good tank, I should be using a rotation of cooldowns. Not just the cooldowns that I use for damage, but healing or defense. And always remember that... Always remember that thing that I don't remember, that I was going to say. Oh yeah, and remember that as a Dark Knight you want to get in as many Soul Eaters as possible. Because Soul Eater heals you, and it does a good job of that. Hey, whoa. And also make use of all of your cooldowns, even if they don't do direct... Even if they don't directly defend you, then make sure, and thank you, I try. I just wish I remembered more of what I used to do. Yeah. And make sure that you use cooldowns that aren't necessarily all pure defense. Like Arm's Length, which reduces the attack speed of anyone that hits you. So it means you get hit less, obviously. Plus, I always think this game looks beautiful regardless of what's going on in it. But I think it's also hard to see because all of the names are super large. Because of my stupid UI settings, I'm going to have to change them before or after the stream. Oh no, not you again. At least he's not a boss this time. This guy was a boss in, I think it was the Riddle Tower? And in the Riddle Tower, it basically just floated around and would fire great big lasers at you that you had to stand behind rocks that it made. And if you didn't hide, then you would get lasered down immediately. Oh wait, I remember how where I put some of these buttons now. I'm wondering if I should just replace them again, or if I should just adapt to the new muscle memory. Or just try and let the muscle memory build itself, because I know now where half of these were. And they were very different. So it's no wonder I'm struggling. Because even if I'm not realizing it, I'm subconsciously hitting the buttons where where they used to be. Right, so first new boss of the expansion, of the patch. Hard Rock. Hey, Tank Buster, I was right. Oh shit, okay, are we meant to be hiding? Maybe not. I don't know. Edge of the arena. As far as I can guess. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so we know that we know that don't stand in the AoE, Graha. Right, so we know that when the balls target you, you have to stand as far back as you can because you don't want to get these sand pools in the middle of the arena. Just a random AoE. Oh, Tank Buster.
Just the beginning.
Good, good, good. Gotta keep up my Darkest Night as well. Mudman have blocked some of the drains. Okay. He's a very long, gangly boy. Okay. So where do we go from here? What are they going to do? Okay. So we don't want to overlap, so we don't want to let our party members all get hit. But we want to make sure that they all head towards a drainage hole. I should trust Grahat here, because I know he won't let me die, but simultaneously, I'm like, dude, you're waiting a little bit long on the heals. But I should know better, because plenty of healers don't heal immediately. The whole point is to make sure that your tank doesn't die, not that he stays at full health all the time. They're not obligated to make sure that they are spam healing you constantly. I mean, they can if they want to, that's their prerogative, but point is, a good healer doesn't feel the need, or doesn't, if you're a good healer, you don't have to feel the need to stay healing at all times. Not that bad healers do. Oh, you know what I'm saying, I hope. You're not a bad healer if you don't choose to keep your tank at full health all the time. You're not a bad tank if you do. Man, that took a while to get out. Point is, he doesn't have to feel like he has to keep you at max health. He probably will because he's an NPC. No, Panda's good tank. But... well, thank you, Druid. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. You should be saving your money for other important things, though. Okay, done. Greaves of Maiming. Not important to me. Ow. Why would you do that? Why do you keep doing that? What, with not having to heal people constantly? Yeah, it's a tricky thing, and it's not something people do at first. Especially because in Final Fantasy, it's very different to something like, well, to like most MMOs, where the whole point is to just keep everyone topped off at all times. It'll be my pleasure to show you to the Clear Note Cauldron. Okay. Just so long as people are staying healthy and alive. Yeah, exactly. They shouldn't be panicking, because they should be able to keep themselves from dying and keep themselves at an even, steady amount of damage taken. At least now you've got the emotes. Also, for the record, usually I would be pulling these in large groups, but because I'm doing it with the computer party, I don't trust them, because I don't think any of them are actually good enough to, you know, do the damage they need to be doing. In a regular group, though, probably. Fuck, I need to stop hitting that button. But yeah, a good tank and a good healer. The tank will take very steady, consistent, even damage. Yes, if they're taking huge damage spikes, then something is wrong, whether it's the mobs that they've pulled are spiky and do burst damage, or if it's because the tank just isn't using cooldowns efficiently. Admittedly, at the moment, I'm not using cooldowns efficiently, because I'm talking a lot more than I should be. But, so I guess here I'm being a bad tank. But in any cases, the healer should be able to cope with even damage, so long as the tank isn't overworking them. Thanks, Smooth. Have a safe trip home. Talk to you later. God damn. Plenty of treasure chests, at least. Which is good, because I need to be collecting treasure, because I am way behind on gear. Why am I making you nervous? What am I doing that's making you nervous, Drew? Is it because I'm taking spikier damage than I should be? Oh. We're still coping very well. The damage. I'm fine. Grahatia's got me. Your healer brain panic because you're not in charge. Because you can't heal me and you're watching my health bars go down. I'm fine. He's got my back. Everyone trusts Grahatia because he's the ultimate warrior of light boy. He can tank, heal, and also DPS. Just like a warrior of light. Wait, these guys, however, these guys are doing more damage than I was expecting. Hey, hey, hey. The music in here is so good. The music in every game is so good. In every dungeon, every expansion. Though some are superior. Like the twinning. Little spring, or to put a spring in your step. Okay. And what gear am I getting? Ear offending? Oh, nice. Rank. Oh, okay. It's only a very tiny upgrade. It's not worth it. Not with the not with the material I've got in there anyway. But I think we're still managing. Cave gelatin, delicious. Fun fact, I really hate gelatin. I do not like it. Even vegetarian gelatin, I just hate the texture. I didn't used to, but for some reason, I just don't like it anymore. I just find it really gross. It's one of those things I loved as a kid, but then as I got older, I was like, ugh, why am I eating this again? At one point, I thought it was because I found out that gelatin comes from like horse hooves and stuff like that. Well, you know, it's like a product that you get from meat usually, like boiling animal hooves and things. But then I just found that I just didn't like it in general after I tried vegan jelly. It's all gross. Okay, he looks like a little cloud with Chun-Li hair. Look at him. He's cute. Oh gods, it's still here. What's it? Okay, so what's the tank buster on you, little guy? Big guy? Oh, what the hell? Okay, so this, I guess, is the tank buster. Hey, okay, yeah. I should have waited on that. Roaring water. Aha! Okay. So this is basically, I forget what kind of fight this is. They do it in a lot of raids. You have to make sure you avoid by running to the side of wherever it's running into the empty space. More water. We need more water. Okay. Wait a second. I think this might... I'm just going to stand with Grahat here because he seems to know where he's going. This is like the first boss of the fairy place. The fairy citadel, I think. Can't remember what it's called. The... Crap, can't check either. I don't know what we're doing. Oh, wait. Ah, I see. Or rather, I think we were supposed to jump up there, but I might be wrong. Yes, okay. So I guess that was my initiative, that was my prerogative. I was supposed to be the one jumping up, and not just sitting there waiting for them to do things. Well... I know now. So don't just stand there when he's firing those things. Jump up onto a spring that gets near to the little nixes and then kill them. Kill the little pixies. Damn, I should have known something was up. I thought it was taking too long, but I thought it was just a case of avoiding the springs like it in the fairy place. The pixie garden. Yeah, I should have known though. I saw the enemies appear, but I thought they were uninteractable. I thought they were the springs. I didn't think they were actually above me. So let's take care of that again, and this time I know to tank buster shield during the actual whatever it's called, when everything's ganged up on me. Hi again, Nixie. Hey, someone did a limit break. Okay, so now we wait for this. And then... now. Yay! Okay. Wonder if this does the same... Yes! Okay, so this is either luck or it does the same pattern every time. I'm not sure. Hey, Grahatia. Yeah, thank you. I thought he wasn't going to heal me for a second there. Man, you know a lazy party when they don't want to actually do anything. Okay! How come everyone's only doing it now? The hell? Nonsense. Can't believe nobody bothered to jump up there until I did. Jerks. Guess we need to stay up here until... Ah, I see. So he does that anyway, but if you're up here, you're protected.
Allow me.
Allow you to do what? And round 2. Aha. I hope they're all gonna... Hey, Alize, what you doing? Don't stand on me. That's the other thing I like about Final Fantasy's boss dungeon fights, its bosses. The mechanics in a fight usually ramp up over time. They don't just start out at maximum. You get to adapt to them, so it will show you like the basic one, and then over time it'll just start stacking the mechanics and then overlapping them towards the end, so you have to cope with them more and more. And it's such a good way of doing it. Okay, so now, do we still just keep moving around? Because it looks like there's no clouds yet. I think we're good. I think this is about as complex as the fight will get. Don't. No. Okay.
Just the beginning.
Ah. Okay, don't stand on me because you're going to get hurt. And everyone got hurt anyway because they all rushed back in. I didn't know where to stand because they all stacked up on me, around me. Oh, look at him! He says, "All right, we win." I hope he didn't. I hope we didn't actually kill him. It was cute. I feel bad now. Heirloom circuit amazing. So I'm getting a load of Dragoon gear as well. Dragoon's something I'd like to get back into, but I found it so fiddly. And more so than Monk, actually. It was fun, but there was just so many jumps to do, and the what's the word? Animation freeze? No, animation lock. I think it's animation lock, where you do the attack and then you get stuck in place because the animation kicks in, and you can't move or adjust. It doesn't happen with many attacks, but the Dragoon is famous for it, and that's one of the reasons everyone calls it a floor tank or a floor DPS or whatever. I also need to remember that my blood spiller abilities are on control and not shift, which is just my general AoE abilities like this. I think I'm doing okay, but I am definitely going to lower the resolution of the UI elements, because this is as small as... For some reason, the text is still big, but all of the buttons are fine, and I don't know why, because I'm running at 4K resolution. So I thought it would make everything smaller, but not make it like this big. This is silly. What the ribbit? Don't get... No, okay, he's not going to get cooked. Gonna end up with frog's legs. You come and join us? No? Okay. By Pyroduct Eldthurst. Lots of rivets. Damn it. I think this is going fairly well. Although, wait, it's a big thing. And all of the boys are just sitting in there. Gravity is being hit. Just standing in the AoE like a nonce. Is it possible to be toxic towards NPCs? I'm just wondering. Magma can't stop us. Hey, he's parting the Red Sea. Frosis. No, Frogsis. No. Mose? No, not Mose Frog. Little Moses. That's a lot of slimes and a lot of damage all at once. So, like I said, we'll use the slow attack, or the slow barrier, so that everyone that attacks has to be slowed. Meanwhile, start doing my larger abilities so that it chops everyone down all at once. But they do hit hard. So I wonder if this will be the last boss or not, because we've nearly cleaned out all three of these places. And if we just needed to clear it out and get the items needed, then will there be something at the end? Because we can't just do a boss and then fight another boss. Oh, I guess this is the last boss. Because the arriving will be the getting there. And then the kill the thing will be the last boss, or clear the Kinfire Cauldron or whatever. That makes more sense. It would also help if I attacked the same thing the party members were attacking. If only so stuff died quicker. Aside from that, I think we're fine. Come on, Frog. Next place. Where are you? There we go. Ah. Oh, it's this guy. The one that we were fighting at the beginning of this area. Who keeps popping out to say hi. but really he's just a big molten softy. I'm wondering if the NPCs have actually had their damage go up a little bit. Because this feels quicker than I remember when I used to do it when I was doing the dungeons with them, you know, for leveling. This seems to have gone much faster overall. Okay. Sure is a cauldron. Takes care of the kiln. Oh, okay, so defeat the mother Porksy. And right, so we make one and then defeat it, and that's how we claim its breeding power. It's time to bake ourselves a Porksy. Oh, okay, so we're making it and then fighting it. That makes sense, I guess. Somehow. I'm not sure how, but hey, it's shaped like a little witch's hat. Cute.
Right then, let's get this over with.
Choo choo! Porksy incoming. Oh, that's a big Porksy.
Newborns are wont to be difficult. Sure, who's in charge?
Okay. Oh, she's wearing a little crown outfit. Little queen outfit. The queen mother. Cute. Okay. Oh. Can't jump off the platform, never mind. Yay. Okay. Don't show it any fear, they can smell it. Regal raiment? Really? Garb aside, I suspect the creature will be anything but regal. See how well you handle the big girl. Tenderloin. That looks like a tank buster to me. Ow. Well, I guess that was just an AoE, so never mind. I hope she doesn't have a tank buster now, because if she does, I'm not going to be able to withstand it. Huff and puff. Aha! So, position yourself to get pushed into here. Into the big empty space. And the rest of the area gets covered in fire. Run away. Because you want to be as far away from one of those as possible. Okay. And wait, what? Staying over here, I guess. Okay. Ah, so just avoid everything whilst also making sure to avoid everything. And try not to be sucked towards her. Ah, crap! Damn it. Oh, yeah. Okay. To be fair, there were two of them next to each other. I had nowhere to go. Minced meat. This might be a tank buster. Ow, yes, that was a tank buster. Wow. That hurt. Hidden yourself. Find her quickly. Okay. So basically we just want to DPS this down and it should reveal her, I assume. Small explode. Oh. Oh, right. Okay. Right, so you have to make note of where she is when you fly up, and then do the same mechanic. Simple. Flame. Just spread out. It's neat. That's a tank buster. I think last time I didn't actually tank bust in time. the AoE again. And she's probably going to do the Tenderloin. That's the AoE again. She's probably going to do the blowback thing again. Yep. Okay. So this definitely wasn't too hard. But I am glad I did the trust first. I always tend to do the trust first before doing a dungeon. These days, anyway. I like just knowing what I'm going to be getting into without making an idiot of myself on the next run.
Just the beginning.
Against me, Tank Buster. And we're good. Although she was a bit late on the limit break, just like most DPS, including myself. Boof. Poor Porksy. Victory. So now we're going to pack it up, take it to the sausage plant, and make a bunch of mana sausages, I guess. Or make a bunch of mana sausages. Ooh, freshly glazed Porksy thingy roll, music roll, nice. And I got some heirloom gaskets of maiming. Some more, I've got loads of, what's it called, loot this time. No, not panda sausage. Sausage. Panda sausage. None of that. I'm not for eating. I am an endangered species. Oh, look at the poor Porksy. Looks very dead. I hope we can kill it. Oh, guess not. There we go. Obedient Porksy. Oh, thank you. Yay, pepperoni pizza, my favourite.
There we are. Quite tame.
Thank you, Alec. Quite tame.
Then all that remains is for me to imbue her with the magic. My friends, I'm afraid I must trouble you for your ether once more.
That's good news, Commander. Now we only have to worry about being slightly... slightly possibly extinct. Come on, boys and girls, let's do it. Raise your hands. Just give me your power. Give me your energy. And Alphino's really gonna have to go Sage after this. Using all his magic. Why wasn't Ishtola and Matoya helping with this? They look like they could be the best options for doing this. They both have loads of reserves of magic.
That should suffice.
Good.
Seems a bit selfish.
Let's set her to work then, shall we? I want to see some Porksies. Assuming that is, someone can spare the requisite energy.
You mean like you? Or like Ishtola? How much more energy does this thing need, and why?
A mere drop in the ocean for the great sorceress Matoya, I dare say.
Passing on the mantle, in a way. Her outfit does look amazing. Way better than their old one. I had no idea she was a black mage until the last expansion. Like, everyone seems to have now had defined classes of a sort, aside from Alphino, who says he's a scholar, but he can do things that scholars can't. And Urianger, I guess, who didn't have a class and now is an astrologian.
Excellent. Our very own litter of Angelos.
Yay.
And we can make as many more as we want, simply by providing the Mother Porksy with additional ether.
Cool. So just another bunch of charges.
I will require a moment before I try again.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
It's still hard work, but a damn sight more efficient than making them one by one.
Hey.
Thank you, Master Matoya. Everyone. We're a step closer to our goal.
So does this mean...
Distributed amongst the allied nations, they should do much to facilitate closer dialogue with the beast tribes. And given their present travails, I believe our friends in Limsa Laminsa should be the first beneficiaries.
That's smart.
Agreed. Though I must leave this errand to you. I doubt my legs will carry me out of the cave, much less to Vilbrand.
Oh, get over it. Come on.
Thank you for taking the lead in gathering the ingredients. I expect you would benefit from a rest too.
I'm good. I'm healthy. I'm good.
In addition to the Porkses, I trust you've gained an inkling of how much effort goes into the creation of familiars. Or mayhap you attribute your struggles to old age.
Burn.
If I said yes, would it persuade you to treat me like an adult?
Don't be silly.
Not with that pertness, it wouldn't. Anyway, assuming you have no other favors to ask, I shall be leaving.
I thought this place was yours now. That you're making it into a new home instead of living in a dingy cave. I mean, I'd turn this place into a home. If I was a fantasy character, I mean. There's a little bit too much open space for me, though, I think. I like little environments. Compacted. Lest you wonder, Master Matoya has returned to her cave with Ishtola. They are as peas in a pod, are they not? Like master, like pupil. Like pupil, even. You may now enter Matoya's relict with a party of NPC avatars to use them. Yep, I know how trust works. Okay. Alphino is eager to deliver the good tidings to Limsa Laminsa. Right then. Limsa Laminsa, so we can do that easily because I can just teleport. So, where were we going? Back in here, yes. Alright, so now we hand in the Porksies to the different groups of people that need to do the untempering. And hopefully, that should see us about getting the groups to talk again. Why, Rarakumo, ever a welcome sight. Tidings for the Admiral, you say? She is presently receiving guests, but for the Scions I know she will make an exception. Follow me. I can't do big, deep, gruff voices. Which is pretty much how I always imagine Rogadins to be. Who are you? I've never seen that hat before. My friends, what brings you here this day? I was expecting this to be voiced. I forgot there were 2 beast tribes in Limsa as well. Is this true? By the Navigator, a cure for tempering! As often as I've been in awe of you Scions, I would not have thought it possible. And yet it is, Admiral. We've done it, here in Limsa, and a production of more familiars has already begun. You have my thanks, truly. This will do much to advance the cause of peace, yet I fear it will take more to close the rift twixt man and beastman. She probably has a deeper voice than that. Bah, even to speak thus divides us. Welcome as it is, a cure will not guarantee reconciliation between our peoples. For though summoning and the tempered may serve to fuel the conflict, they are but symptoms of it. If we are to resolve the primal problem once and for all, we must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and find a way to leave our bloody past behind. It's a good point. Mulwib's ever the voice of reason. 'Twas I who moved that alliance, renew the push for peace. Since our ancestors came to these shores some 7 centuries past, We Laminsons have been at odds with those who share our island home. Save for a brief moment of cooperation with the kobolds, our history has been one nigh constant territorial squabbling. He knows it. Meanwhile, our struggle with the Sahagan for control over the seas has only grown fiercer, a matter made worse by the thrice-damned calamity driving them to seek new spawning grounds. He knows it. With survival at stake, each had no choice but to fight, and so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is a word coined for the weak, I proclaimed to all who'd listen, and then gave up. You and yours put me to shame. Since you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you have achieved the impossible again and again and again. I think Gaius was the Black Wolf. And I thought it high time that I followed suit, hence my proposal to the Alliance Council. But no sooner did I reach to our neighbours in Vilbrand than my own people sought to thwart me. You speak of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting. Aye, acting through friendly faction among the kobolds, we had intended to seek an audience with a prominent patriarch. But the bloody executioners would not hear of it, and their absence sent a message to the rest. Ah, I see. I wondered which pirates. Though they are but one of the 3 pirate powers, they are the greatest, and any attempt at peace would founder without them. Flounder? I am given to understand that their leader, Captain Hilfer, has been bedridden for some while with an ailment of the lungs. Correct. In his absence, his right hand leads a man named Sicard, who recently risen to prominence among their ranks. Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We have invited him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. I have tasked the Yellow Jackets and the Rogues with uncovering his motives, but they have not learned naught of any value. Leave it to us. Yeah. We're the tough lads. We have a nose for the truth. Whatever this Sicard wants, we'll find out. Damn right we will. It's what I do. Bust heads and find truth. Truly, I would be much obliged. I shall look forward to hearing what you learn then. Good luck. Okay, so that's the new job. I have to dig out the Sicard guy. By way of a first step, I suggest we split up and make inquiries around town. Someone must know this Sicard. If you could approach the pirates, Rarukumo, the rest of us will seek out merchants and adventurers. Oh, it's good. I'm always the one that needs to speak with the pirates. They couldn't send me on a nicer job. Like, I don't know. Buying cakes, maybe? Which this place is known for. It's got a dessert guild. Or a culinarian guild, even. The other one's resolved. Okay. So wait. I do need to go up, yes. Nope, that's the airship landing, drowning winch. This is the bar. Hey, buddy. Vissi McPoyle. I always like seeing other people playing Lalafels. They are massively underappreciated. I actually used to... I think this is still counted as my main city. But I changed my alliance. Yeah, city-state is Limsa Laminsa, but I changed my city-state to... Or my, alliance, or whatever it is, my grand company, the Immortal Flames. Because I preferred it in Uldar. Because it was just nicer, in general. It was sunnier. And there was less water. Roswin. Eh? You want to know about Sicard? He's a wily bugger is what he is. Found some clever way to make coin, they say, and traded it for Monscat's place at old Hilfra's side. There was a time we raced the executioners for our pick at the Empire's fleet, but the Garleans are gone, and them days with them. Owing to which, all of us had to look for other ways to make ends meet, with that jumped-up bilge-rat Sicard landing the juiciest, whatever it may be. Not that we sirens are struggling, mind. We do well enough guarding fishing boats from the fishbacks and other beasties. Get the first pick of the produce for our trouble, see? Quality stuff at a bargain price. This we pass to our sisters as can't sail on account of getting old or wounded or with child, and they cook it up and sell it for a pretty profit. Simple. Oh, I miss the old ways, don't get me wrong, but when I see the girls with their little ones, I think to myself, a life of peace and quiet ain't that bad. Ain't all bad. No, would you want to give up pirating to be a father or a mother? A parent? I guess settling down sounds kind of nice. Well, I'm not really a kid person. I imagine if you're sailing the open seas for most of your life, maybe eventually you would like to actually land and get some sea legs, getting some land legs going. I forgot the fishing guild had a pirate guild within. I mean, it makes sense, but I forgot. So you are here. Carvalane. Curious about Sicard, are you? As am I, my friend, as am I. Sadly, I know nothing of the man, save that the bloody executioners experienced a marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotion. Quite how he achieved this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the Thalacracy permits us to attack only Garlean vessels, yet these have all but vanished from the sea since the Empire turned in upon itself. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken to trading with the East, but the executioners are less forward-looking. I cannot imagine they would willingly abandon the old ways. So then, how are they lining their coffers? Whatever their secret, they are not likely to share it with the rivals, but mayhap you will have more luck. Ah, so are the executioners going around and attacking friendly vessels and stealing their loot? Which seems most likely at this point. That's my guess anyway. Culinarian Guild. I like the Culinarian class. Crafting class. Closest place is the Limsa. Yeah. It's just the Aetheryte Plaza. I'm hoping I might get to the end of this patch today. Whether or not I'll play it for the next few weeks, I don't know. It'll be Wednesdays if I do. I see everyone has returned. Now, who would like to go first? So, just as their imperial prey began to disappear, Sicard turned the executioner's fortunes around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to a tavern keeper I spoke to, the crew have been indulging themselves as never before. No amount of drink seems to loosen their tongues as to how they are coming by their coin. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from the Harbour Herald. The publication has been investigating the secret of the executioner's good fortune and making little headway. Plainly, the executioners do not wish the nature of their business to be made public. And I think I may know why. In the course of making inquiries on Hawker's Alley, an interesting fact came to light. Just as the executioners began to enjoy better fortunes, the price of crystal went into sharp decline. A sudden fall in demand, I was told. Curious, I contacted Hoary Boulder, who has been watching the movements of the beast tribes. Good guy, that Hoary. And my suspicions were proven correct. Despite ever-worsening relations with the beast tribes and the Thalassocracy, don't know what that means, neither Titan nor Leviathan have made an appearance of late, suggesting that the kobolds and Sahagan lack the means with which to summon them. I didn't realise this was like a regular thing for them. I know I go and fight them a lot. I thought that was just like part of the game, like gameplay. But apparently them summoning primals every other day is just normal business. Do you mean to say the executioners are divesting them of their crystals? All indications point to that conclusion, yes, though I have heard no evidence as yet. Though we have no hard evidence of yet. We must investigate further. Agreed. So how do we proceed? Oh, I have an idea about that. In fact, I have already taken the liberty of making certain provisions. Okay. Spell speed, vitality, or haste. Take script. Spell speed it is. Okay, so Alpha knows the look of a man with a plan. I might just leave it here though, because it's already almost 3 hours, and I think it's a good place to stop. So I'm not gonna do the whole back to thingy mode today, because I didn't start with it, so I didn't think it was sorry, stretching. I didn't think there was any need to do a real sign-off thing. But thank you for stopping by, guys, and thank you for watching, and thanks for appreciating Final Fantasy with me. Like I said, I might keep playing this, but I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm reading tomorrow, but I think I'm going to read a Goosebumps book, because it's been a while since I read a Goosebumps book, and it's probably going to be Slappy the Dummy, or Night of the Living Dummy, whatever it's called. Because a lot of people said that that's the one they think of most when it comes to the Goosebumps books. Although I would have preferred Welcome to Dead House, but yeah. So yeah. Thank you everyone for stopping by, and I hope you all have a good night, and thank you to Druid for the sub. Much love to you all. So goodbye for now. Goodbye. Goodbye.